Oh. Yeah. This one is a crazy. Oh. Welcome to FiberLoveDiary. I'm Trish if we haven't met, and if we have met, welcome back. Except I never went anywhere. Okay, that makes sense. Hi, it is October, and I bet you guys are expecting a Rhinebeck episode, but that isn't what I have. The last video came out last Tuesday. Oddly enough, on Tuesday night, I started to kind of freak out because way back when, I'm trying to think when, we were on our trip. So probably the first week in September, I was contacted by a website called Creative Fabrica, and they have a subscription that you can buy to take like classes on art and crafting. And they wanted me to teach some classes, and I was very hesitant because you guys know that like a true class format is not usually what I do. But I really want to branch out. I actually want to eventually deliver some classes to you guys as well, and honestly, you've been asking. I eventually, after some, talking back and forth and everything, said yes to 6 classes, and I had promised to deliver my first class that week. But by Tuesday, I had realized that I did not feel comfortable with the first filming, that I needed to reshoot the entire thing and start editing over again, and I was totally freaked out that I couldn't get it all done before I needed to leave, because I was going to leave Thursday morning. And that was only part of it. There are other things, like we had just done that big trip. I bought a new car. We picked it up the day before we left on our big trip. There's also a class that I want to take. It's a business class, not a art or crafting class. And I figured that financially, the money that I would save if I didn't go would help me be able to take that class. So it kind of felt like everything came together to tell me that I needed to wait. It was hard. It was a really hard decision. And also, prior to going, John had mentioned to somebody that he knows that I was going to upstate New York, and they were like, well, are you going too? Because it's really cool. And I was like, it is beautiful there. It's beautiful in October. And I was jokingly, I was like, maybe our next road trip, we should like go up to Maine and then come to Rhinebeck on the way home, schedule it to do it that way. And the more he thought about it, the more he was like, yeah, we should do that. Because we've talked about going to like the East Coast, up north, the Northeast coast a few times. So kind of all those things together made me feel like I could defer, even though it was a really hard decision. And I was feeling sorry for myself some of the weekend, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm not like crying into my beer or anything, but there's moments where I was like, oh man, I would be like getting ready to go to bed, before like the super fun Saturday. But when you're an adult and you have other responsibilities and you have a commitment and all those things, sometimes you have to do it. And so while I felt bad for myself and sorry for myself, I also still felt like it was the right thing. I have something to share with you anyway. I'm gonna do a finished project video because I have so much stuff. You can kind of see it like piled up in front of me. And then also I am gonna take you through the situation with the last mill visit. There was a Sunday like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, must have been 2 weeks ago, where I was going to pick up some fleeces that I had dropped off at my local mill. I think it was like 7 or 8 fleeces. I think it was 7. I had dropped them off at the local mill for processing, and he had them ready and I was gonna go pick them up. I actually filmed way back in June when I was getting ready to drop them off, and like also when I picked up and some stuff on their farm and stuff. So I'm gonna take you through all that too. But first I'm gonna do the projects. It's a lot. Like all this pile, and there is a pile like straight in between those two piles. Luther's here. He's actually right Oh, can you just see him a little bit right here? Yep. Oh, hi. Hello. And then Gus is actually in the other chair. Let me show you. Gus is actually snuggled up in one of his stinky Gus blankets. I've got spinning, weaving, knitting, dyeing, everything is here, literally. So let's go through these projects. If you come to the lives, on Sunday, this tribe of amazing people who are into weaving and spinning and all these different crocheting, knitting, all these things, we meet up for an hour and a half live on Sundays at 2 o'clock my time, which is Eastern Daylight. And if you ever want to come, that would be great. We would love to have you. I've talked about this and shown this project a number of times. I don't even know exactly how many times on that in that get together. I have just a shade over 2,000 yards of, I honestly can't remember if it's Polworth silk or BFL silk, but I'm pretty sure I put it in a video. I talked about it recently, so I could go back and see. I mean, the truth is, it kind of doesn't matter. It's for a sweater for me. I am going to knit this, whether it's Polworth or BFL, into a sweater for myself, and it came out to be like a light sport. It's kind of riding the line between the two, and I'm very excited about this because it won't be such a heavy sweater. Like sometimes you get them, especially hand spun ones, that are like heavier and too hot, and I can't stand it. So I'm excited to get on this and get knitting. But I have a few projects in the way. That's the story of my life, right? That's the t-shirt I need. There's a few projects in my way. Let me hold one up for you really closely. And then if you go back even further, there was some black and purple Rolex that I was spinning. I don't know if the purple's gonna even show up on camera. I hope so. Oh, it does. So this is that. It was black BFL with some shades of purple. And these Rolex were actually inspired by a picture I found on Pinterest of this black rose that had like purple, you know, edges and everything. It was totally photoshopped, but still, the picture was just really cool. And so I wanted to kind of mimic it in that Rolex, and I think it turned out awesome. It's 238 yards. It's definitely worsted weight. Not sure what I'm gonna do with this. Not exactly sure, but I think it turned out like really cool and exactly what I wanted, which makes it a little cooler. Lately, the dark with just like little hints of whatever color are just really grabbing me. Not bright pops, even though I do love bright pops of color. Come on, you guys know how I am, but the just kind of like, if you turn it in the right light, you see more color. That is just so cool to me right now. So that's kind of where that idea came from. So about 1.5 years ago, I did a bat video where I just made bats for a little while, and it was just for fun watching it. I mean, I don't know, it's always so fun watching them kind of like come together. I decided I should spin one of those bats. It's been forever since I made them. And it's just yellow, mostly yellow with some pink and green silk and some glitz added to it. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with this. Literally no idea. It would be really pretty woven, and I think it would make cute like kids hats. So I loved it. And is there just one more hank in here of hand spun? Yes. This one goes back to right after the last finished objects video. This is the Stroll Roving from Knit Picks. So it's superwash, I think merino and nylon, and I had dyed it myself like a year ago. I dyed it a year ago because John's last Halloween socks came from this. And I spun it for socks. I ended up with 688 yards, which means it's pretty, I guess, thin for socks. But I love this, and this is gonna be socks for me eventually. I just don't exactly know when I'm gonna get to it. Love it. Okay, now I have a bunch of socks to show. Let's see, I have some stuff I dyed. Let's go through the stuff I dyed first. I was doing some dyeing for the local yarn store. We have had this this thing here, it's like a yarn crawl, but they call it Yarn Quest, and I think it's 10 stores that are participating. And so I wanted to make sure that her wall that she puts my stuff on had plenty of choices. I was doing some dyeing for that wall, so I dyed this little like mini braid that I'm just gonna keep. It came off of the bump when I was pulling off 4-ounce sections, and I just felt inspired to do some fall colors, and I knew I was going to keep it because it was only 2 ounces. I'm really happy with this, and I do think I can spin this into a hat. You know, fun things, fun. I actually can't wait to spin it. I needed to get the first Sockstravaganza breed off my wheel, which is off my wheel, and that first video is coming out on Friday. So if you are thinking of doing it, at the very end of this, I'm gonna quick give you a rundown of the structure of my experiment, just so you know. Hi. In case you want to do it exactly the same way, but don't feel like you have to. I think it makes sense for you to do whatever you think will tell you the most based on how you'll want to use it. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. I also dyed all 3 of these hanks of sock yarn. These were for the class that I got done and taught. And this morning I found out that they got it and they liked it. So I was unreasonably terrified that they might be like, oh, this is not good, we messed up. But they're happy, they liked it. I cried for a second. I think it was just relief, like, because I was so nervous about it. I need to re-hank these 2, but didn't they turn out kind of cool? And then this one is the same colors and same technique as this one. Last week on the live, I dyed fiber, dyed wool, and all of that went to the shop as well. But this one I have not brought yet. This one is like Mardi Gras colors. It was purple, emeralds, gold, and purple. And I wasn't sure if I liked it, but I wanted to rehank it because sometimes that's what really tells you. You suddenly get it in a closer configuration than it will be when it's knitted or crocheted. It's not going to be knitted or crocheted in that like color block format that you get when you dye it. So sometimes rehanking really changes it for me, and I thought, well, okay, I'm going to redo it, and now I love it. Okay, so now I'll take you through the socks, I guess. I only have one of these on me because it is Socktober also, and my local shop wanted some socks made from yarns that were purchased at the shop, and this is one. This is Winter Forest. Some of you, if you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw it already. I knit it for John. Let me say how this went. It's gonna sound like lies, but it's true. I knit it for John. He picked it out, he liked this pattern, and for some reason, he's got a very high instep, and he's having trouble with the trees. P.S. I added a repeat to make it fit him, and he's still having trouble getting his foot past the trees. But you can see, like, I definitely have a lot of stretch in there. It's not like I knit it way too tight. But it's called Winter Forest, no spaces. Absolutely gorgeous. The pattern's written fine. I mean, the only thing I changed, and for me this isn't much because you know I like to change things, is the heel in the pattern was not knit with the white. But for me, I just, sounds stupid, but I really like it when the cuff, the toe, and the heel are all the contrasting colors. So, but in the original pattern, she did not do that. And I added a repeat. And I think what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna keep these, they're a little loose up here. I did decrease more down to like a normal foot size because there's no color work on the foot. Gosh, this is a lot of info, right? But so this actually has more stitches because when you knit color work, you will have less stretch than the foot. So this part is a little loose on me. It's not bad though. And then I think what I'm gonna do for his pair, because I'm still gonna knit him a pair, is I am going to knit this with the same number of stitches, and then somewhere in this area I'm gonna add like maybe 2 or 3 more stitches between each of the trees, and then try it again and see if I can get that to fit him. It's kind of a bummer, but honestly, like, it's not knitted that tight. Look at the stretch, and he cannot get his foot in there. So fingers crossed that I can figure this out. Oh, John got another pair of socks. So this is the same base as that Mardi Gras, that superwash merino. I dyed these. These are in a color that's all gone now from my shop, but he really liked it. It was called Spring Moss. Just browns, greens, yellows, kind of plain socks, but you know, he likes colorful socks and he'll wear colorful socks, but he also likes ones that are a little bit more plain. And then there's just one more pair. These have been going for ever. I don't know how long these have been going. These are actually made with Malabrigo Rios, and they are made for a class that I taught ages and ages ago, and I didn't even finish them at that time. So I found them in my bag and I was like, hey, that's an easy and quick finish. They're kind of a short one, you can see, just a short cuff, so that you can do a whole pair out of one hank of Malabrigo Rios. And really these are more like house socks. They're not gonna be super sturdy, so these are for me. Super comfy. In fact, I'm gonna put them on as soon as we're done here. Not even kidding. So that's all my socks. And now I'm gonna take you through the dish towels. And some of you have been kind of sort of waiting for these. I am obsessed with these towels, just so you guys know. So I promised when I did this warp that I would release the draft, and I am going to release the draft one way or the other. But I sent an email to Great Northern. I wanted to ask them if they would put together a kit so that you could buy everything for these towels in a kit, including the draft. If that does not happen, I will just release the draft alone. I'm just gonna put it on Etsy for like $2. I guess I'll just let you guys know soon which way they went. So when I do towels, I've talked about this before, if I have like some warp left over but not enough for a whole towel, I love to weave myself these little, I call them a bar towel, that I put next to my sink in my kitchen for when I'm like hand washing, just like a couple of little cups, or we have a few things that can't go in the dishwasher, you know, a lot of people do. I lay those little small towels next to my sink, and I got one of those this time. Check it. Can you stand this? I probably should have ironed these, but you guys will get the idea. The black weft, this is with a just plain black weft, and I think that is probably my favorite. I'll run you through the different wefts. This one is also with the black weft. I just love how beautiful these turned out. I love them. This one is with a gray weft, which is the lighter gray in the towel. So also still really bright and fun and happy. This one actually has a baby blue weft. I thought that would be kind of fun because, you know, it's kind of like the blue sky with the rainbow, but I don't think it's gonna catch it on camera. But this one has a baby blue weft, as does this one. And then there's a couple I did striped. What I did was I striped them up to here and then reversed the stripe so that if you lay it out, or even if you just fold it up, you get the same stripe. I don't know if you probably can't tell, but on either side. And look at how cute that is. Although I do feel like it didn't need it. And so really the plain ones are just as pretty, but I have a couple different stripes. So, and they all do repeat. So you get to the top and then they repeat back down the other side. I love this one. I really love them all. I am gonna give one of these to my stepmother because she loves the hand woven dish towels. So this one I like. It's just the colors with like a white stripe in between. And then here's another black weft. And one thing that I think is hilarious, I ended up with like 10 or 11 towels, I can't remember. And I was hemming them like all in a row. So I ironed them all and I was getting them all hemmed up. And I missed a hem. So I washed it and it ended up with that. And I think what I'm just gonna do is like zigzag back and forth across it a bunch of times and keep this one, because you know, this warp, for whatever reason, is one that I just really didn't even want to end, which I don't usually have that. I usually get closer to the end and I'm like, I can't wait till this is done so I can move on to the next one. And I honestly felt like I was sad to see this one finish. So I probably am gonna keep one. If you've been watching for a long time, back when I got Dolly my floor loom, she's a hardworking lady. She's working 9 to 5. That's why her name is Dolly. One of you guys suggested that. It might have been Dawn. I threaded her up for some overshot towels, which I had never done before, and I was like super excited because the threading was perfect the first time. And I finished them, and they are actually for my upstairs bathroom, which is like our guest bathroom. I've been planning on painting it. I just haven't done it yet. However, these colors will go. In fact, right now the color of it is similar to this kind of turquoisey color. It's just lighter than the color I used in the towels. So I'm gonna just take you through them, but I am keeping them. I'm keeping them. There's some issues with one of the salvages because I'm still new to the floor loom that I'm not happy with. Well, I guess you kind of can. So I'm not that happy with how these salvages turned out. Oh gosh, it's just hard to see. And so I feel like they're not Etsy worthy. I did each one of them differently, like with a different weft and different parts of the pattern and colors and all that. So this is one that is going in my bathroom. I think this pattern turned out really cool. This is one that came later when I was like, okay, I love just this plain tabby. Let's just play with it and play with the colors. I actually still really like this one as well, but it's a little smaller too. You can see. I think that was the last one that I could fit on the loom, so I like definitely purposely shortened it. This one has this really cool overshot pattern on the front, and then I only did it on the front. So the back of the towel is like, basically it's a plain weave where I alternated the colors. And then the very first one that I did off of that warp is this one. And it's longer for sure, but I absolutely love this one. I think this was called Bertha's Towels, if I'm not mistaken. It's from Handwoven Magazine. Yeah, Handwoven Magazine. I used a different yarn. I used 8-2. They called for 10-2. I used 8-2, so they all came out bigger, which obviously you know is gonna happen. So I did modify it a little. This one is directly to pattern, but it should have come out a little smaller. I mean, I didn't change it so much that it's unrecognizable, if that makes sense. It's just that I was like changing the size of yarn. I was changing things. Why am I like this? I don't know. Okay, and then John's Whiskey Creek is done. I wanted him to model it last weekend, or maybe it was, yeah, I think it was last weekend, and he was like, I don't have time right now. But it looks really nice on him. I had mentioned during, I think that was during a live too, that I needed to do a chain stitch, a crochet chain stitch up the shoulders. I've never had that happen before, but I think it might be the yarn. This yarn is really, really like stretchy and has a lot of give. It is a mixture of 2 CVM fleeces and then one that's like a mystery combo that I asked that mill to blend for me. And very like extremely stretchy and squishy, and I think that's the reason. But the shoulders weren't as stable as I wanted them to be, so I picked up inside on the seam with a crochet hook and I did a tight crochet chain all the way across the neck hole. It was partially the neck hole too, and then down the other shoulder, so there is one continuous crochet chain across there to make those shoulders more stable. It was much better and it looks so nice on him. He can wear this color. I look like a corpse if I wear this color, but he can wear it and he looks so handsome in it. That's all my finished projects. Is that all? Yeah. Is it? Yeah. Did I finish the sweater for myself? No. Oh, yes, I did. I gotta go put it on. I'll be right back. Ta-da! I finished Humulus. Do you love it? I love it. While we were on our trip, out west in the mountains, it gets cold there at night, even in the summer, and I wore it pretty much every morning and a lot of times in the evening too. It's like kind of oversized, which is nice because you can throw it on whatever you're wearing. You can just throw it over, and I think it turned out really pretty. So I knit it from wool stock. It is a blue sky alpaca yarn. It doesn't have alpaca in it though, and it's just soft and squishy and so warm and cozy, and I'm loving it. And this is the pièce de résistance. We got to go on to the mill trip. I'm already spinning one of the bags that I brought home. I gave like 12 ounces away, and I'm spinning the rest right now. So you should see that before too long. And let's go back in time. We're going back in time to June. It was a simpler time. It was a time when I had many raw fleeces that I just felt like I didn't have time to wash, so I took them to the mill. I'm gonna unbox a couple fleeces so I can take them to the mill. This one is from Daly Myers. I honestly don't even remember what breed it should be. It looks nice, but it has a lot of EM. Maybe I should process this one myself. And this one is from Donna Putnam. I opened a fin from her earlier in the spring. So Donna is the one that sends some locks. Last time I got raw ones. These are dyed BFL locks. How fun is that? She's at spinningsheepfiberfarm.com. These 3 boxes, I've got 3 of these, and I'm gonna get this wool processed. It's Suffolk from a real Suffolk farm, we know for sure this time, and I'm just gonna open these and put them in a bag all together. Did you not want to be in it?
I look like a hot mess.
You don't have to.
Like I've been farming.
What have I been doing?
She was
Well, they don't expect mill people, the people who own a mill, to show up looking like...
Be covered in hair.
Yeah, you should.
Wash yourself in some
Oh my gosh. All right, let's see.
You get it?
How was it?
This one is really soft. It took a long time to get it out. So you'll see at the very end, like the last 400, well, it's probably 200 yards is really not a medium. It's more of a thin.
Okay.
Now it's gonna blow up.
Oh my gosh. Which one is this?
Yeah, that one is the 2-pounder. It was a small one.
I don't remember.
Donna Finn. Donna Putnam's.
Oh, okay.
So this was one of the finest ones.
I can't
actually had to separate
wait.
this with the carder, not the picker, because it was pilling in the picker. So I always test everything first with the picker. If it starts to pill, then I'll take it off and card it twice instead.
Okay.
So this one got carded twice.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I am so excited.
And I did not, let's see.
I can't believe how clean these are, because some of them were just...
They were pretty. I think
Hooray.
some of them even said, maybe even one of them said in our notes, there's a lot of stuff in here.
Yeah, I believe it.
This one's basking meadow.
Oh yes, that one was probably not too bad.
And,
Clean wise, I mean, I
we're
was
getting used
probably.
to our new washer, so we're getting the temperatures up.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh my
That
god.
thing, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I kicked
It's a
out all
lifesaver.
that fiber washing in like 2 days last week.
So you're gonna catch up now?
Yeah.
A lot better, a lot quicker.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this one. Let's
This
see.
one is basking meadow.
Yep.
white.
I processed the last one by myself and it was so much work. This is awesome.
This one actually, it turned out good. It took a lot of stuff out because our machine can actually, all that dirt underneath, you can open the door. Stuff with this small 2
Oh my
pounds.
gosh, let's see. Holy cow.
So the machine's actually.
Wait, which one was that? That was the fin?
That was the fin.
Okay.
But you pretty much cleaned between each one this time. You had to, right?
Oh my god.
Let's check.
That's been a big day. Is that the merino?
This one is, yep, Dolly up green.
I was wondering about that one.
Yeah, this one didn't come out. We took a lot out, but it
I believe you. Don't, we're good. Oh my gosh, but still, I mean, I can pick that out while I go.
that's a lot of picking.
Oh, it's okay. A lot will fall out.
I picked a lot.
It's gonna be fun. I bet you did. Ooh, okay.
So now we've gotten our soap more dialed in even after this, so you probably won't even feel any nylon next time.
Okay.
It's quite a bit different.
Well, we're gonna keep working on it. Figure it out.
We've made a lot of adjustments to the new sink as we get used
I mean,
to it.
to me, I felt it the first time and I was like, oh, this is amazing, it's so clean. And the last one I washed, I think I added a little more soap in the soak process.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I feel the difference. That's
Really?
fine.
So
Okay.
these, we did not blend them. So I
That's
kept all
fine.
4 separate because it was either blend or follow, so I just followed.
Okay.
So that skyscraper then.
Okay.
So that weight was the weight I had when I started before carding. It's after wash.
Oh, it was 11 pounds?
3.
Oh, 3 pounds. I was looking at, okay, 311. Okay.
I don't think you put it on the final form, but the final weight of each one.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't-
That's okay.
These are gonna go.
Are they? Those are the Suffolk ones. They should be really fluffy. Like,
Yeah, it's gonna just expand.
he's putting shelves in my closet so I can have room. Oh, yay! Perfect. These are gonna be for socks.
What's that?
He's gonna need to finish those today.
The shelves. Awesome. Leaves are starting to fall. Can you see? We're just getting a little bit of yellow here and there. And I'm gonna take my fleeces out of the car. A friend gave me some squash, so that's what that's about, and I'm also gonna get that. But first, I'm gonna bring these in. I'll show them to you inside. I have these 3, and then how many do I have inside? There are, looks like 1, 2, there's 4 or 5 up in the back seat. So I'm gonna bring these in. Okay, this is all that you can see I was editing earlier. And I just opened the Paradise box. I mean, everything, my life, okay? This is my entire, this is what the inside of my brain looks like, really. But, so this is everything I got. I'm just gonna see, let's see, how are we gonna do this? There is something inside each of these bags that tells me what it is. Oh, here we go. Okay, really want to try socks with this too. Where am I gonna go with these? I have space up here to put some fleece, so I'm gonna go ahead and put them all up here for now. These plus the one that's squeezed back in the corner are the Suffolk ones. If you guys have stuff to process, check them out. He said they're starting to catch up right now, and so they have some availability. I'll actually post a link to their website below. Needless to say, I'm buried in wool right now, but I'm loving it. I have a serious goal this winter to really start just getting a lot of it spun so that it's smaller, so I can fit more in the same space. I'm gonna spin a ton this winter. Thanks for joining me. I hope I see you Friday and then Sunday for the Fiber Tribe at 2 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. That's gonna be it for this week. Like, that's not a lot. Okay, that's a lot. And I also am about to go film my second class for Creative Fabrica. If you're interested in taking the class, signing up for them, just so that you can take my classes, there will be a link. It's an affiliate link. If you do sign up, I do get a little kickback, just like if you buy the Paradise box through my link, I get a little kickback for that too, all those things. You know how it works, but I want to be very transparent with you. Thanks, I love you, bye.